today is news day and we are going to see what Chelsea said and the other devs too in the official Discord about everything that has been confusing for you guys or not sure, and this is the dev responses. So if you still have questions, they'll probably be answered there. Let's go. So check out your dev mail because there were some bugs and they decided to compensate, and we got 999 fertilizer and 15 jam jars and 50 wormtails. So thank you so much. And Cookie-chan says, dev mail with strawberry crates, one can wish, haha. And Chelsea said, actually yes, lol. And so that's cool because I actually need more strawberry crates to open another cabin for Hello Kitty's grandpa? Somebody asked, I would like more outfits from Pompompurin. And Chelsea said, Pompompurin doesn't get many because we had to hand make his. He doesn't utilize any of our core body types, so it's very expensive to make an outfit for him compared to other characters. And then they said, oh, my poor boy. Is this why Sam doesn't have many either? Yup, exactly. So we're trying to make sure they get a few as we go, but it's unlikely that they'll ever catch up to their counterparts. Pompompurin took to the Sam top hat and big challenges. I think maybe Hangerdon. I have to check. They're all unique body types. And where's Mopu said, my poor boy Pompompurin, forgotten but never gone. And Chelsea said, I'm in a call about this exact topic right now. And the highlights of the call. What if we give Tux more bow ties each event? He says that he has a collection of 365 bow ties, one for each day of the year. Aster asked if there is any way we can maybe have the visitor have different style clothes. And Chelsea said, we want to add each visitor's default appearance, aka Hello Kitty's mom would look like this. But it's pretty time intensive to do unique outfits for every visitor, which is why it hasn't happened yet. Cher said, please let me dress them, I could make them look so swag, I promise. And Chelsea said, that we can't do because all characters' appearances have to be hand approved by Sanrio. The best we can do is outfit selection, like with the main cast members. Shiberan Usahana Doodler said, I know that's her default appearance, but considering that the most other characters have outfits, I was expecting her to have it too. Talking about Usahana, that is actually naked. And Chelsea said, yeah, honestly, there was so little art of her in clothes that putting her in clothes felt it was almost off-brand. And then she said, I'm sure she'll get seasonal/event fits in the future though. Yay! And ugly sweaters for Usahana for Give and Gather this year. So yes. Oh, you mean like Usahana's ugly sweater, but also would like the characters being able to wear their sweaters. And special outfit for upcoming event for Pompompurin. Yay! And then they ask, when the console come out next year, do the funds from people buying the game add to that? Like, would there be any possibility of more outfits when console release happens? And Chelsea said, yes, depending on how the other platform perform, it will definitely inform our overall budget/planning. Interesting. Kawaki made a template all about me in Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and it's super cute, and Evil Chelsea answered and a lot of people answered, and I did not take the time to make it yet. I should definitely do it because it looks really fun, so I will try to make it. Oh wow, in wild speculation, this is a thread of decode Chelsea language and name it. Interesting, I should go visit this. And Chelsea said, just so you don't wreck yourselves, I will warn you that the stuff in-game is not standardized in any way, shape or form yet. Interesting. I'm so interested in so many things and I don't have time to actually go to that. Arastama 2.0 said, would you say it's impossible to decode at this time with your paper, the banners, the festival and the poster in the plane? And Chelsea said, I will tell you that all you have is my paper and that it does not include all possible characters in the language that is crossed and an alphabet. So her paper is actually what I mentioned before. She actually wrote some things on her filling her profile, I guess. So, the banners from festivals and the posters in the plane. And there's actually in the cafes, there are some things written on the walls. Interesting. And Little Chelsea said, I will let y'all decide between our two internal names, KHIA script and HKIA alphabet. I don't know if it's on purpose that it's Khia. I don't know. There's a lot more things that has been said in this Decode Chelsea language thread, so I'll let you go visit it, because if not, that will be the whole episode on that. Someone asked if Pompompurin's shop does have the double bed that is the spooky celebration bed, and apparently not. And Chelsea said it definitely exists, maybe it never got hooked up to Pomp's shop, and then probably won't make it to 2.0, but probably 2.0.5, which will be during the spooky celebration. I'm checking with folks now. Something interesting about the flowers. If you don't log in every day, it doesn't currently count the fertilizer bonus if it wasn't yesterday. I learned this the hard way when my patches stopped producing anything. And then Kuromiko said, if we don't really have time, but just literally log in and then out, will that work to continue progress? And Chelsea said, yup, it should. That's interesting. So a few times I actually did not have time to do fertilizer, but the day that I logged in and I fertilized the day before, it was good. So if you just log in, that's good. Something very important for flowers, stripe is transferable to 6 of the existing flower types. Let's see, probably the Tulia, I'm not sure, but I would say the Dandelion and the hibiscus, definitely. Maybe the penstemon, I'm not sure. Bell buttons, maybe. Who else has like big things? That's very interesting. I'm not sure for the rest actually. Maybe the heavy nettle? We'll figure this out at some point. And then Kawaki showed the striped bow from the petunia is so cute with our new overall. And she already has a striped yellow bow. Wow. I've not been lucky with striped. I think it's been like a full week and I only have like 2 flowers that became striped. Chelsea said, in our initial batch of character requests and storyline IDs when the game launched, the Usahana becoming Rainbow one was one of the ones the next, because that storyline came from a collab. So before she was all, I don't know, light yellow, and then she turned all rainbow, and apparently they cannot tell that story. Interesting. Ilenia said, I didn't know that. And Chelsea said, yeah, we didn't either. At least they told us that one immediately, and it wasn't like, wish me Mel's, she's not shy, she's busy, last minute change. Whenever Usahana winds up in game, she'll have a more original story to go with her. That was on September 13, so 5 days before she winds up in the game. Something very important, if you post bug reports, sadly support codes are only good within the session where the issue happened. If they've already started a new session, the logs won't show anything. So if you had any issue, make a log first and screenshot the code, and that might help in the future. But if you restarted the game, this is all gone. Very interesting to know. Heads up, very, very important information. COCO and Nuts are going to become seasonal and will switch off availability every season. For example, COCO in the falls and Nuts in the winter, and etc. Meaning COCO also then in the spring and Nuts in summer, something like that. We are not sure yet, but if you're working on them, maybe it's not out yet for 2.0, I'm not sure. It says upcoming changes. Where is Mopu asked. I also just unlocked COCO and Nuts. Is there a reason you're making it longer to get them as resident, and when will that go into effect? And Chelsea said yes, people were shell-shocked by needing to wait a few months for Kurone and Poron, so we are better spreading out the cinema roll visitor to cover various timeframes. Wait, is COCO and Nuts changing in 2.0? And Chelsea said TBD which update. I don't think 2.0, but probably 2.1. We are going to be cracking down hard on time traveling, and especially multiplayer time traveling. If you have time traveled, you will no longer be able to join anyone else in multiplayer. So going ahead on one save file and gifting your main account items from the future will no longer work, and it will likely permanent bork your second account. We are going to be aggressively deleting wiki pages that contains data mined content, A data mine warning is no longer sufficient as we prepare for longer update cycles on different platforms in 2025. The long-awaited rule addendum update will be happening shortly. Stay tuned. This is interesting. So there will be longer update cycles on different platforms. What I had understood is that maybe the small events like, I don't know, Jam Jamborees or Spooky Celebration, things like that, are going to still be happening in free things, and then the bigger regions are going to be paid updates, DLCs. But I'm not sure if it's that, but that was my understanding. But I guess that there will still be people in Apple Arcade having the same cadence, or because of that they will change the cadence in Apple Arcade. I think they said they would not. So I'm very confused about that. But because of this, they decided to not only say time travel is bad, you will break your game. They said you will get banned for doing that. So do not try to time travel again. And there will be a big FAQ about that. I don't know if I will read through that or make a full video about that. I'm not sure. Are you guys interested in hearing about this in more details or not? What I'm telling people watching me is do not time travel. So if you have never time traveled, you should not be concerned by that and just continue doing your life as you did before. We are going to be putting out a dev mail for new players that explicitly warns them about the danger of manipulating the device time. So hopefully we'll be able to catch more folks before the bad stuff happens. Because I know a lot of folks come in with the assumption that it is just an Animal Crossing clone, so assume the same rules apply, which can't really blame them for. I hope that it's for everybody and not just the new players, because I don't know, some people might not even read the Discord and down the line might be tempted to time travel. And then the same rules will apply on Switch, which is precisely why we're trying to warn folks ahead of time now. And Hello Kitty Island Adventure actually works in fundamentally different ways than Animal Crossing. And then Chelsea said, you are welcome to play the game however you want. You are not welcome to use multiplayer to negatively impact other players' experiences. That is what we are preventing. So yeah, basically don't time travel, but also if you do time travel, don't do multiplayer, I guess. But this game is heavily done on multiplayer, so don't time travel, I guess. This is mostly because we were moderately disgruntled by people being able to see stuff a few weeks in advance, but because folks could now gain access to stuff that is months out, it could be an extremely negative experience for people who get spoiled. The reason we're doing this is because people have been time traveling, then selling future unreleased items to folk in exchange for ludicrous things. Also, some people don't even sell, but they wear or display items that are future content when engaging with the multiplayer, which spoils upcoming content for players. Sayaka said, I do hope that if you guys have any plan to release a HKIA art book in the future, I'm more willing to buy, lol. And Chelsea said, I want this so badly. Of course I want that too. Any merch, I would buy it, please. Some people are wondering if they should not log in before the update. So like for me, the update is at like 5:30 p.m. and should I not log in the whole day before this update? And Chelsea said, there shouldn't be any reason to delay logging in for this update to my knowledge. That doesn't mean that it will be for all of them, but for 2.0 it's not. So this is a question that you should ask each time. Like all the new quests came the same day, even if you logged in, but if there was flowers or things like that, maybe they would not grow. So for that time it did not matter. And Chelsea just announced Usahana officially. To disclose, not a clue, it's just a give me. It was fun speculating with y'all. And it was so much fun because me, Nikki, and Sprout, we each got one clue that we could put in a video in our community tab and such to share with you guys before Sunblink announced it to try and guess who it was. And I had a lot of fun making this. In Wild Speculation, Toast asked, was there a secondary event with Spooky Celebration last year? Chelsea said, this year is going to be special with a capital S. So that's interesting because I think it will coincide with Hello Kitty's birthday. Like Halloween is just one day before Hello Kitty's birthday. So that is really going to be fun, I hope. Let's see. So yeah, she said Halloween is October 31st and Hello Kitty's 50th is November 1st. So you'll get spooky celebration first and then some very fun stuff. Also, my birthday is November 2nd, the day after Hello Kitty, so it's gonna be fun. And then Nikki said, no event before spooky, and Chelsea said, nope, just keep jamming. Remember, we switched to give folks a week break between celebrations. A week break? I think that it stops on the 24th of September and then spooky celebrations start on the 27th. So 27th of September, and then there will be at least after Hello Kitty's birthday, so there would be the regular 6 weeks of the big events. So there's usually a big event that is about 6 weeks and a shorter event that is about 2 weeks. Miette asked, who is our dear friend, or ODF, if you don't know? Chelsea said, it's the person at Apple who manually presses the button that makes the game update live on arcade. On the day the 2.0 was published, Chelsea said, I'm too excited to sleep in, it's like Christmas. And then it was only like 2-3 hours before the button was pressed. And there was flood in the chat of everybody wanting the button to be pressed. And I'm very proud of that, but the day before the release, I make a short, I could put a little bit of it here, pretending to be our dear friend pressing the button on the update and why it's always delayed. And it was not to make fun of them, but just an homage, and I had so much fun. And Jessie said, this is brilliant, OMG. Ilenia said, I'm crying, love this, and I need to buy that mug ASAP. And actually, if you guys like this mug that I used, it's not here anymore because I did not put back in the studio, but I have the When is Milk and the Where is Milk. At the moment they're in 2 different shops because I'm trying to move my shop to the new one, but it's very last minute and I did not have time. But you can buy both of those mugs that I used there and a bunch of other cool Where is Milk and the new items that are a bit different of When is Milk. And especially they have a onesie, and I really when I saw that I said this is perfect for kids, and especially for Chelsea, so I will send her a little onesie and maybe make a care package, something like that. We'll figure it out. And then Chelsea answered me and said, our dear friend says, this is incredible. I feel incredibly seen and motivated to push that button for sure. So I'm so touched that our dear friend saw my video. This was so much fun to do. Basically, it had been my only day off in 15 days. I was doing 2 events and 2 weeks before, and I had 0 time off in between those. And then on Wednesday, the release was going to be for 2.0. So I decided to take the full day off. But then I had to do this thing, and it was really fun, honestly. So it was not like doing accounting or editing. Yeah, there was filming and editing, but it was fun editing and fun filming and everything, and I had so much fun, and my boyfriend helped me brainstorm for the ideas and everything. So honestly, I'm so happy about how it turned out. And by the way, I love the t-shirt so much, but I cannot sell that at all because it's infringing Sanrio and Hello Kitty's copyright and Apple copyright, so I cannot. It was just me making it in paper for that video. In a super old feedback from last year, Chelsea said, we wanted to add the ability to expand/upgrade your personal cabin in the future to add multiple rooms and potentially some exterior customization. It will be a few updates though, as there are quite a few underlying technical hurdles. And Aras Thomas 2.0 asks, is this still something that's a plan for the future? And Chelsea said, yep, it's currently floating around 2.3-2.5 territory. That's in a long time. In game dev, Elenia asked, I'd like to know how much freedom Sunblink has in creating new characters unrelated to Sanrio like Top Hat. And Chelsea said, TLDR, we knew that we needed some unique characters for the mechanics and plots of the game. We needed to have nulls because we needed to have persistent interaction points at various stations even if main characters were off questing. Sanrio was initially quite hesitant. They worried that the Gnolls might become too popular and take attention away from the Sanrio characters, but ultimately understood the mechanic necessity. With Top Hat, we needed a character who could be anchored with the world of Hkia and who had a bit more flexibility in behavior, appearing, disappearing, amnesia, the gold old game tropes. And then later in the game, our spirit friends were also an original, though obviously tightly tied to the appearance of the Gnolls. All of the characters went through rigorous Sanrio approvals and belong to Sanrio now. And False Calm, hello Sam Truther. A bit on this and just overall, as someone who's interested in pursuing IP law, can you tell us a bit more about the deals you have with Sanrio in regard to licensing? Only of course if you're allowed to speak on it. I kinda got curious today since I discovered there's IKEA merch. And just as I said, we can't say a lot on this front. We work with Sanrio's digital team and license the IP for the game. Everything that has Sanrio IP goes through a pretty rigorous approval process, but we've also developed a good amount of trust when it comes to mechanics and stories. Merch also take a very long time to create, so we've been seeing how that plays out. And Forscom said, oh, that's so interesting about the ownership of the characters. Very different topic, but did the Gnolls become named Gnolls as a play on word and because they replace characters when they are gone? And Chelsea said, I think there's deeper lore, but I need to confab with the design folks who were here in the early days. Gnolls were invented before my time. Yes, we know that actually Chelsea did not start at the very beginning of the project, and that's a question I want to ask her in the new interview that we have scheduled before she leaves on maternity leave. Yay! Sayaka said, I figured that some of us, including me, would love to see some of the behind the scenes current and scrap artworks and or just want to support it financially. And Chelsea said, would love to do an art book. Per the prior response, anything that is non-digital has extra hoops to jump through, but there's definitely ongoing discussion about what we can bring into the physical/merch world from the game. Ilenia asked, since if we miss one day of minigames we can get the jam jars we missed the next day, do you happen to know how many days this can stack? Is this only for one missed day or up to 3? And Chelsea said, I believe it's up to 3 days, up to 15 jars. Like before, if you did not open the pencil boxes, that will also stack. People were very disappointed that you had to wait 1 day to go to City Town. Honestly, most quests we had in the past were at least 2 or 3 days out, so I'm actually not mad, and it's been normal. And Chelsea said, it's to help pacing for new players actually. It's possible to get to this content on day 4 or 5. Wow! And we want to make sure that folks aren't overwhelmed and have options to explore the Rainbow Reef and other Friendship Island areas before going to the new island. Interesting. Also remember that Usahana is a relatively early game character. New player won't have access to colorful lamp plush when they meet her. So progression was tuned toward that and not well all y'all and your year plus of play. So if you do get the colorful lamp plush, give her that. If you don't, give her the color pillar that is actually giving you more rewards in the future. So as a rule of thumb, when you gift one gift, any hurt to a character, look at how many return gifts you get. Like she gives you rice. If she gives you 4 rice, then this gift that is 1 hurt gift is better than the 2 hurt gift that actually gives you 3 rice. So just check multiple gifts and see which one returns the most rice for you. And that's the one that you should use because that will also level her up faster. And then only then when you are at level 20, best friend, then you can start giving the 3 hurt gift to get the big box. But before that, don't worry about the 3 hurt gift. Worry about how many return gifts you get. Jezbel said, I'm assuming that the new recipes are made of something new we will be able to find in the city. I don't mind waiting. I just don't want to use precious eggs and other items trying to find the right combination. And Jesse said, are you able to see the silhouettes? And Jezbel said, oh dear, is it something I shouldn't have yet? And Chelsea said, oh no, it's perfectly fine, but I think it's actually an event thing that's coming up. So if you see the silhouette of new recipes, don't try anything yet. It's actually an event in the future and not any of the new ingredients from the city town, because none of that, like all the rice and everything, does not work. So don't waste your items, it will be for an event. And then Chelsea said, we need to find a way to flag silhouettes for event ingredients, because right now it's making folks waste a lot of items. Yeah, those all look like some upcoming event foods. I'll try to escalate to fix that flag event-based food silhouettes. Elena asked, is there a way to check if we have active lock or not? And Chelsea answered, yeah, you should have a little icon like any other buff. And I do not have it either. And she said, let me ask if there's a reason for that, but I was under the impression it was supposed to. Awkward Burp said, did the NET per word gift red dot glitch get fixed? And Chelsea said, yep, we killed it good. So it's been for more than a year that every time you ask info about gifts, there will still be the red dot. And now it's finally gone. Yay. I mean, once you ask, it will be gone. In a feedback that says, let us choose the cover of our save. Chelsea said, the issue is that we'd need to add a whole new interface to let folks choose what character they want. Our actual ideal for the future is to show your avatar. So it'll update as you go along with whatever you dress up / design for yourself. Cool. Esther de Versa said, anyone else finding pumpkins in weird spots? And Chelsea said, this is for brand new players. It's 3 spawns that won't come back again, but it gives folks who find Kodomi a way to have pumpkins to give her. When watching early game playtests, we found that folks were meeting her well before reaching the pumpkin patch and then being super confused. So it's a tiny thing. IVPR23 says, I have a very serious question. Will we ever be able to put our ice cream and coffee machines on countertops? And Chelsea said, cabin item placement in edit mode and cabin multiple items in decor is for 2.3. So in a while, but we will be able. This is interesting because there are showing 2 items that I don't think we have. So one looks like an antique vase and the other one looks like some kind of fluffy pancake, something like that. Interesting. Are there future items? Slumbering Sylveon said, I just noticed we can finally recycle multiple items like with fertilizer now, but I only got white dye from like 500 plus dough. Does the gray dye come from something else now? And Chelsea said, we're currently investigating if stacking is affecting the RNG outcomes. Yes, I don't know how to get grey dye anymore, and I'm very sad about that. So as of filming this, I have not received the mod mail about the time travel. So this is the most important info from this video. Do not time travel ever. That's it. I hope that it will be clear after we all receive the mod mail, and if people get this on their first day they play, then it will be clear and no one will time travel, and then we all have a safe and cool community, hopefully. Good, so if you have been playing the 2.0, I am so excited. I have tons of video about this that I will put in this playlist here as they come. I have already a couple of live streams as of filming this, but there will be more guides and everything, so click over there and see you there and enjoy City Town. Bye bye.